What's up, everybody? This is Cole Boling with the Boling Group at Keller Williams Realty, One Legacy Partners here in Topeka, and you are listening to Topeka Business Uncensored. Here we go. Hey, everybody, it's Cole Boling again with Topeka Business Uncensored, and today I'm here with my friend Kayla. Kayla is one of the owners of a business that, I have to admit, I am super fascinated about. I'm a guy. However, I think in general, this business has the ability to really bring out some cool things with our community, not just in females, in males, in couples and everything. But we have Kayla Dehart-Cox here today, and she is with Smoke Show Boudoir, and she is one fabulous person. I'm super excited to introduce her and let her tell you a little bit about what she does. Welcome, Kayla. How are you?
Thank you for having me.
I am excited about today, mainly because, and we'll get into your business in just a second, but I really want everybody to understand why this is an important show for the Topeka Business Uncensored podcast for the city in general. You have a business that explores and showcases sexuality. It shows that it's okay. It allows us to be true to ourselves and be vulnerable in a little bit of a sense to, the public. And you're providing such a luxury service. Like, this is, for everybody listening, this is not a service that you just walk in and do. Like, it's not cheap. It is a luxury product. It showcases you at a highest level in your sexuality and your in your cup. If you're a couple, you together. Like, these are the things that I'm learning as I'm talking to Kayla. So I just want Kayla to dive in a little bit on her business, and I want to introduce her to you all. So tell us a little bit about your business.
So while I shoot primarily boudoir, that is the specific thing that we focus on. It's a lot more than just coming in and taking a sexy photo. What it is it's a day of feeling pampered, feeling taken care of. And as women, we really struggle to be seen. So it is a day to be seen. It is a day to be who you are and have that captured in its most genuine way.
So we talked a little bit before the show started, and a lot of these photographers really do kind of focus on like the empowerment of women and getting them to be empowered to show off themselves. Yet you're beyond that. You're at a more, like, you're at a level of they did that on their own a long time ago, right? And now Kayla shows up and Kayla's showcasing them. So tell everybody a little bit about what is the difference between these empowerment movements to what you're doing.
So my biggest thing is let's start a revolution. Let's start a revolution, because one of the things with empowerment is that is somebody giving you permission to do something. You don't need anybody's permission to feel beautiful. You don't need anybody's permission to feel confident or sexy. You already have that. That is yours. Nobody can take that from you. You already have that power. I encourage you to stand in that power. I encourage you to showcase your boldness and your strength. And when you grow to the point you're ready to do that, you may not know how to pose. You may not know what expressions to make in front of a camera. That's what I'm here for. But we're going to capture every bit of the badass that you are.
What brought you into this world? Like, what made you say, this is what I want to do for a living?
So here's my little one saying hi.
Mm-hmm.
Go for a minute.
No.
I got little ones too. I get it.
Only for a little bit.
Okay, so what brought me into this was my mom started teaching me photography when I was 9 years old. She's a professional photographer for years. Of course, I was her immediate born personal model. But it was 2020 when she passed. And so I started my actual photography business in 2019, doing families, seniors, things like that. And one of the realizations that I came to is that I am not a small child person. Typically about 8 and older are super easy to work with, but I can help other photographers get smiles all day, but me behind the camera, they don't really like me.
Sure.
So I went to a styled shoot in Kansas City that was hosted by another photographer, and it was primarily boudoir and alternative weddings, which I am total fan of, like Rock and Roll Bride, things like that. So it
Cool.
absolutely pulled me in. I went and I shot for about 10 hours straight that day. Most of the time was in this steaming hot bathroom. I went with makeup and hair done, and I walked out looking like a drowned rat. But it was the most exhilarating time that I had ever had photographing anything.
Sure.
So when on the way home, I was sitting there and I was kind of, the wheels were turning, and my husband can basically look at me and see when I'm idea brainstorming. And he's like, what's next? I said, we rent a studio in West Bottoms, and I'm going to run a marathon session, and we're going to take my mom's Harley, and I'm going to build these peacock wings, and I'm just going to shoot all that. So I did it that August.
Yeah.
I learned very quickly, those old warehouse style studios in West Bottoms are hot in August. But it gave me the money I needed to come home, and I rented my studio in October, and I have been, it's been fire ever since.
That's awesome. You know, a lot of people can't figure out what their passion is, right? They wake up, they go to a job, they try to do something here or there. Like, it's very rare that even when I'm interviewing people and I'm talking to people, that I can pinpoint a moment when they just really realize their passion. So I love that. Like, I am just like, that's freaking cool. So walk us through this. So if let's say my wife, right? Let's just use that.
Yeah.
Says, hey, I want to have one of these shoots done, and she comes to you, like, what does the process look like for somebody to do this, and maybe walk me through how a session looks and the day and getting the ready and all that.
So the first thing that I have anybody do that's asking me about sessions, I have them go to my website, and there's a contact form that I have them fill out. And that contact form is really an important piece of the process. I don't want anyone to think that I'm just pushing them off onto my website, because I do a little information gathering right from the start when they're filling that out. So I want to know what kind of session they're most interested in immediately, because like I said, I focus on boudoir, but I do beauty, modern pinup. For a lot of women, they want to capture the essence of a fetish that they share with their partner or something that's personal to them. I do couples boudoir photography. I do outdoor on location. I travel, so destination sessions, professional branding portraits I've done. So that's kind of the first place, because I need to know where to start at. I want to know why they're thinking of having a session, if they're doing it for a special date coming up, or if it's just a special treat for them. And if they have any obstacles or concerns about doing a boudoir session. It's very common for women to have those concerns or fears, or I've had so many women come to me and they've had mastectomies. They've had breast reconstruction surgeries. They've had all kinds of other surgeries and scars, and they don't even know if they can do a session. And that's what I hear. I don't know, can I do a session? So I feel like it's easier for them to be more upfront with those obstacles if they're typing it into a computer versus trying to get it out of their mouths talking to me. So from there, I send them a link to schedule a phone call with me, because one of the most important pieces of boudoir is being able to really vibe with your photographer. If you are going to get naked in front of a person and a camera, you've really got to know that you're comfortable with that person. So I get on the phone with them, and most of the time I end up just chatting with them like a girlfriend, because I'm a talker as it is. But on that phone call, I just, find out what their session looks like in their mind. What are they dreaming of right now? I want to know how they want to be photographed, because we live in this world where you have two extremes. You have photographers who won't touch a single thing on a person's body. You are what you are, and that's how I'm capturing it. And then we have another extreme where you have your editorial style, where everything is photoshopped.
Mm.
I want to know how you want to be photographed, because I'm capable of both. I'm capable of meeting in the middle. And me personally, when I'm photographed, I want it to look clean, like a very clean image. I don't want clothing indentations. And if there's skin smoothing or bruises that need to be taken away, let's take care of those things.
Sure.
And I want them to be confident that I am going to capture them in the way that they want to be seen. So yeah, then we kind of walk through what a session looks like, and to kind of give you an idea of that. I am a licensed cosmetologist also. I've been licensed for over 10 years now. Grew up in my dad's barber shop. So I've got lots of hair and
Mom
makeup.
photographer, dad barber.
Yep. I got the best
Yep.
of both worlds.
I was like, kind of makes sense what you're doing now.
Yeah. So when someone comes in for a session, the first thing I have them do is bring their bags in, kind of get everything settled in the dressing room. We'll hang up anything so that it doesn't have wrinkles, or if it needs steamed to get wrinkles out, we'll steam everything for you. They'll take us. Well, I have lots of robes in the studio, of course. So I have comfy robes for them to slip on, slippers, so that they can just kind of kick back and relax. They don't have to like have the jeans cutting in while they're having hair and makeup done. But we do full hair, full makeup. The reason that I do the full hair and makeup is that your hair and your makeup both photograph so differently than the way you see it in person.
Interesting.
You can curl your hair, but it's going to look smaller on a camera. You can do your makeup, but certain makeup types will reflect poorly into a camera with different types of lighting.
Fascinating.
I know how I'm going to light a person. I know how your makeup is going to reflect into my camera. And you don't want your face to look 3 shades different than your body.
Sure.
So we take care of all of that. I have lashes for days in the studio because cameras don't like to really capture lashes.
Sure.
So to make sure you have them, but also to give like that extra zhuzh to your attitude. Because when you have lashes on, you just instantly are like, I'm bad. Okay, I'm here.
That's funny. That's awesome.
So
they
yeah,
don't have to like they come to you in regular street clothes, and you like they don't have to bring anything special or anything like that.
I tell them if they want to bring lingerie, they can. Otherwise, I have a full client closet full of lingerie and all kinds of jewelry, robes, stuff like that. The other option is they can go with just a sheet. They can wear just bring. There's options with boudoir that people don't always realize. When somebody's just wrapped up in a sheet for a photograph, they're not always completely nude. It might be a strapless bra and a nude thong on under it. We can imply nudity without ever showing anything.
Sure.
And then I have women who are like, you know what? I am here to release everything. I want full birthday suit. Let's rock this.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have the money to go out and buy this whole new lingerie wardrobe. You don't have to like stress on, is this going to look good? I don't know what to buy. And if you do want the lingerie and you still are stuck in that place, you don't know what you want, I offer full service when it comes to wardrobe styling. So when you are struggling with those things, you can pack your bag full of all your lingerie, bring it in and try it on. And I will help you pick out the ones that are going to photograph best. If you're wanting to shop for new lingerie and don't know where to start, I offer shopping assistance to where you come in and we pick out things together. Or there's the other option. I'll go with you shopping. You'll get 2 hours of my shopping assistance and get you absolutely 100% confident and prepared for your session.
I'm listening to all these potential businesses that you do have that can branch off of this, which is really cool. I mean, it seems like you have some really unique things to help people, and I say people because you do mention on here couples, right? You do mention that sometimes you do couples, and I've seen some photos where there's the men and the women together. Talk to me a little bit about what a couples thing is like.
So a couple session, what I do, and I don't just photograph women and couples. Like I say people a lot because men do boudoir too. Men want to feel good. They want to feel sexy. They want to be confident in their bodies too. So,
so this is fascinating to me because I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Like what is, all right, keep going. Sorry. I've got a million questions popping in my head.
You're all right. So a couple session, what that looks like, most of the time the guys just come in and hang out with us while I do hair and makeup on the women. Or the woman will come in about an hour before he comes in. And at that point, most heterosexual men are going to be like, I don't know what to do. She made me. Like they're freaking out. They're like,
that would probably be me. Like,
where do I look? Where do I touch? What do I say? And I'm like, okay, here's the deal.
I would feel really awkward.
Let me move you like a prop, we're going to be good.
Uh-huh.
So really in a couple session, the focus I start with is on the woman. And that gives the guy plenty of time to be comfortable, because after a little bit, I'm showing them the back of my camera also. It doesn't matter what session I'm doing. I'm going to show you a few on the back so that you can see like, hey, I'm doing this. This is actually working. Mm-hmm. But yeah, by the time we get a few shots in, most of the time the guys are pretty comfortable. And at that point, it gives me an opportunity to focus on them as well and really capture the connection between them as a couple. For same-sex couples, the only difference that I have is if it's two women and both women want their hair done, or their hair and makeup done, then it is an additional $150 for hair and makeup because of the extra products and stuff. But and most same-sex couples, they are super, super easy to capture that connection, because I just kind of, it doesn't matter what couple it is. I'm just kind of like, okay, I want you to flirt with each other. I want you to move together like you normally would, just playing around. And then I'll direct you from there. And they do great.
No, I think this is really cool. I think that of everything that you're saying, the one thing that stands out to me is how, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like free and non-judgmental, and just allowing you're allowing and creating an environment where people can truly be relaxed, be themselves. And you talked about this earlier where you said, sometimes it's about their fetishes and their kinks or whatever they're into. You have the ability and want to be able to showcase that. I lost you a little bit there. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So our Wi-Fi is a little wonky with the rain.
You're okay.
But yeah, no, it's, as far as being non-judgmental and open, it's one of those things where I spent a lot of time in my life where I was very judgmental, and I realized that judgment was coming from my own insecurities. And once I started working on and fixing those insecurities, I started being able to really see how amazing people were. And that's when people started opening up to me and just sharing more life in general with me. So that has probably been one of the most fulfilling realizations that I've ever had in my young adult life, that has helped me now. And having people who are comfortable enough to come to me and see me and want to capture some of those fetishes and kinks that they have within their lifestyle or live as a lifestyle. It's really cool. And it's one of those things, I don't want somebody to hear fetish or kink and think erotica, because one of the things, there are boundaries within what I do. There are plenty of photographers who will photograph pretty much anything. I don't photograph genitalia. And when it comes to actual erotica fetish, we're capturing more the essence of than the actual act of anything.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense.
And I think it's really important to note that, because when you mention couples boudoir, when you mention fetish kink, people automatically think, ooh, she's shooting porn. That's not it. That's not what
Sure.
it is. Sometimes it's simply like playfully holding a crop, or maybe it's, you know, kind of twirling a flogger in your hand.
Sure.
And just little ways like that of incorporating. I've got a Honey Burdette swing in my studio, which Honey Burdette has some of the most beautiful bondage kink products I have ever seen.
That's
So
say that it's called what?
Honey Burdette.
Okay, Honey Burdette. Okay.
They have stores here in America, but they're based out of Australia. And I waited 2 years to get this swing. Like, it was off the market. You couldn't find it anywhere. And I hunted this thing down for my studio because, like, my clients had to have that swing.
Well, I mean, that's the luxury editions, right? Like if you were like every other photographer in every other studio, they wouldn't have that, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot that do, but that one, it sparkles and it's so gorgeous.
I will have to look into what that is, because I don't even know what that is, but it sounds very interesting. The couple other things I want to ask you about, though, is I'm on your website, I'm looking at this, and one of the things that I really love about what you do is you are real. You are very authentic, and it shows in the way you describe things. It shows in the way you word things, or even sayings like this one. It says, engrave it on your heart, tattoo it on your butt. You're a force to be reckoned with. And I've went back to this saying like 3, 4, 5 times, even just during our call. I saw it earlier, thought it again. And tattoos, one thing, like a lot of people don't realize this, but I have a I have a quarter sleeve tattoo. I've got some other tattoos, things like that. And I don't publicly show off my tattoos very often. A lot of people don't, you know, yet those are things that we don't get to showcase on your day-to-day basis, especially professionals like myself, who usually, you know, are out in the public and meeting new people all the time. Like, we're not showcasing our tattoos. And as I'm looking at your galleries, I'm seeing really cool tattoos. I'm seeing a lot of expression of art. I'm seeing different people's views of their lifestyle that they don't get to showcase. I'm seeing snakes, right? Like that's snakes. Just I couldn't do the snakes thing, so that's more power to you on that one. But really, there's everything from motorcycles and you know, people really showcasing everything from soft sheets, and like you said, there. My point being, though, is as I'm looking and researching more and more about your company, or even this type of business in general, the one thing that I have seen and really see in you is how authentic and how real you are. And I think that you have to have that in order to showcase. It doesn't matter what business you're in, right? If somebody's not authentic and somebody's not real and they're just there to make a buck, like, it comes across. We all know we're there to make money. This is a business. Like, we're there to make money. Like, anybody that's listening to this that thinks that a business is not there to make money, you're an idiot. I'm just telling you right now. Like, this is just raw and real. Like, we're there to make money. The difference between people that just want to make money and the people that love what they do is they do it because they love it, and they do it at a higher level. And you could tell the difference. And I could tell your website is simple, it's clean, it's precise, yet it shows authenticity. And I love that. And I wanted to point that out. And I want to point that out to anybody listening. If you're interviewing a business, it doesn't matter if it's this kind of business or my kind of business in real estate or anything. If you have any feeling that somebody is not authentic and not real in what they're doing, like, walk away, period.
Yeah.
And you talked about a revolution, right? Like, you're creating this revolution, one woman, one person at a time, whatever it may be. What do you mean by that?
So what I mean by that is there are plenty of women out there right now that love their body, they love who they are, and they know that they step out of the house and kick ass every day. They hold their head high, they'll look you in the eye, and they handle their business. there are also so many women who have lost it, whether that's within marriage, motherhood, working,
Sure,
life in general taking over. They've forgotten that piece of them, because I've been both of those women. There are others out there who have never really had it because they were taught to be this way or that way as a woman. And men the same. Men have been taught they need to be this way or that way. And there are those who are just, bam, I'm here. What's up? So
yeah,
part of what creating that revolution means is that those of us who have the confidence, who feel that strength already there, we know that power is there. If we're stepping out and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and the world to see that it's okay to own that power. It's okay to own that strength. It's okay to show people that I am this confident, amazing person inside and outside, every single inch, regardless of what scars, stretch marks, cellulite, whatever I have on my body. I am here and I am here to handle it. When we step out and do those things, there's somebody watching. There's always somebody watching that maybe doesn't have that confidence. They don't have that strength. But when they see you do it, they might want to. It gets them thinking, maybe I can be that person too. Or, maybe they watch a couple more times and they see 3 women who they're like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. I could never do that. And then by the 5th time they see somebody do a session, they're going, you know what? I'm freaking gorgeous too. Let's do this. I'm here for you.
Man.
I'm here because the whole goal
that's awesome.
We're here to inspire other people to stand in that power and show the world we are here and bring it. Let's go to war.
I don't think that I could end this podcast or video meeting any better than that. I mean, you just blew me away. I mean, just listening to you, I can hear your passion. I can tell that you're genuine. I can tell that you're the person they need to go to. At the end of the day, like I told everybody a few minutes ago, you have to get into business with people who just love what they do, because the more that they love what they do, just like Kayla, like you're going to have somebody make you look amazing. So I want to come back around. I want a year from now, because I believe that every day we're growing, and a business like yours, there's so many facets that you're building. There's so many things you're working on. 1 year from now, I can just see you just being so much bigger, new locations, new opportunities. And so I want to invite you back a year. We're going to push out a year. We're going to see where you go. We're going to see what you're doing. But in the meantime, tell everybody some of the best places they can contact you and where they can watch some of your stuff at.
All right. So one of the best places to contact me is www.smokeshowboudoir.com. There you'll get to see on the home screen a video of several sessions that I've done. There are galleries, frequently asked questions to help answer anything that you might be wondering about. I'm terrible about blogging, so don't judge me. It's on there though.
Well,
info@smokeshowboudoir.com is my email, and my phone number is 785-380-5586. And we're located
your
right
contact
across.
info.
Huh?
I was just say all of your contact info will be in the bottom description of whatever platform they're listening to this on. So all the links, all the emails, the phone numbers, the Instagrams, TikToks, like all that stuff will all be in the link below. So, and you're located.
I'm right across from Fuzzy's Tacos. It's 17th Street. And I tell everybody, don't drink before your session, but as soon as you're done, you can go grab a margarita. It's right there.
All right. So Kayla, thank you. Thank you for coming on today. I look forward to showcasing your business to the world and letting more people know about you. One last question. How much does something like this cost me if I want to do this?
So
like where price is starting at?
Sessions start at $500. I only require $250 as a retainer to reserve your date. So I can split that into 2 payments if it's needed. I'm very flexible on pricing as far as fitting it into budgets. So the cheapest item that I have is $1,500, and that is a beautiful album. I have collections that you get all kinds of stuff with, and those range anywhere from $2,200 to about $7,500. I have pre-session payment plans in-house, interest-free, and I actually reward you with bonus sets, products, props, all kinds of stuff when those are utilized. So yeah, you could do weekly, biweekly, monthly payments to make it happen. Most people book 6 to 12 months in advance to really make sure that this is something that they get everything they want out of.
So in that sense, like they have to be completely paid up before they get is that how you do it? Like, or is it after the fact?
So I have people pay their session fee, right? Well, so your session fee is paid within 14 days. And then you have about 30 days to set up a prepayment session or pre-session payment plan. And the reason that I do that is if I know I'm shooting for wall art, if I know I'm shooting for an album, we can creatively come together to make those the best pieces that we possibly can. If I don't know what I'm shooting for, it's kind of like, it's much harder to put a wall art collection together when I didn't specifically shoot for that. I really design an album in the most beautiful way if I know that's what I'm shooting for. Makes sense.
Well, Kayla, thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to having you again in a year. And
yeah, I'm excited.
Keep up the good work. Yeah, no, you're doing great things. I love what you're doing, and keep doing what you're doing because it is needed. And there's a lot of people who want to do this that don't know about this, that don't understand this. And I'm hoping that we educated them a little bit today. I'm hoping that we brought light to your business, and I hope that we can help you get some new clients. So we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
You've been listening to Topeka Business Uncensored, where we interview business owners in the Topeka, Kansas area about their business and a little bit about them as a person. I'm Cole Boling, and I am one of the co-owners with my wife, Jamie, of the Boling Group Real Estate team with Keller Williams, One Legacy Partners in Topeka. If you are thinking about selling, buying, or investing in real estate, I'd love to connect with you through our website at thebolinggroup.com.